Starting with the Washington Senate race, the Washington Senate has been blue for over 2 decades. But according to your polling, Tiffany Smiley, the Republican, is within the margin of error to incumbent Senator Patty Murray. Why do you think you're predicting that this race is closer than other pollsters are?
Well, one, our methodology is about getting average people. Every single other poll I've seen on this race has college educated participation way high, has people with high political efficacy making up the vast majority of the people polled. And some of them are doing crazy stuff like just polling all registered voters. When you see a poll of all registered voters and not likely voters, it's a pollster saying, I give up. I have no idea who's going to show up, so I'm going to do the minimum. Well, that's not good enough. Second, what we're, our system, because we give people lots of ways to participate, we get a larger participation from a lot of different groups. You actually see today polls from major media outlets. There's one in particular. All they do is live calls. Now, my question is very simple. If you know someone who's a millennial or Gen Z, how many of those folks do you know that are normal that answer the phone live from a number they don't recognize and they'd be willing to answer 30 questions? I can't think of one normal Gen Z or millennial who'll do that. So who are they polling? I don't understand. We put together polls, whether it's email, text, online, live call. We give people lots of different ways to participate. We give them, well, with a text or an email, we say you have 2 days. Give them a time, let them take it at their own pace when they want to. It's kind of like a smart bank. It gives you a way to go in and make a deposit if you're old fashioned, or you can mail it in, or you can drop it off, or you can go to ATM, or you can take a picture of it on your phone, depending on your level of technology and your willingness to handle things on your own. Well, that's banks that have learned to do that are the banks that are surviving. And pollsters who learned to treat people differently based on their willingness to participate are going to prosper. And so that's kind of our main way we do it differently. But in this race, we see it very close. Back in 2010, she came within 4 points of losing, and now Murray's incumbent 2 more terms. That's a lot more if she's been there a while. And you see Smiley is an exceptional candidate. Washington State, Seattle has been on the front lines of a lot of nonsense. What's interesting is of the 4.4% are undecided, 72 say disapprove or strongly disapprove of the job Biden is doing. So 72% of the undecideds don't think Biden's doing very well. That doesn't bode well for how the undecideds could break. So we think this one's going to be one to keep an eye on. That's our second poll showing it close.
Yeah, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this one. And I know Patty Murray has been vocal in decrying the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. Do you think that the issue of abortion and her Let Doctors Provide Reproductive Health Care Act will help propel her forward more? Or is abortion an issue that Washington state voters don't care as much about?
Well, you take and look at the acts that have been proposed. In the Congress by both the Democrats and Republicans. I know Senator Graham on the Republican side has sponsored one. One allows abortion in the third trimester. One allows for partial birth abortion. One allows lots of late term abortions. And one, is at 15 weeks. Now, when you get to 15, 16 weeks and exceptions for rape, incest, life, and mother, you're now at the 70% of America on that side. So the extreme position on abortion is the position that Patty Murray is outlining, and that is not as popular. Yes, there are absolutely people around the country who are upset by the ruling and are concerned by states that are trying to limit it to no exceptions or just the life of the mother, and not even heartbeat, not even 15 weeks. But that on that extreme, you end up having a Democrat strength. On the extreme of third trimester and late term abortion, you end up with the Democrats being on the extreme side. And so in her particular case, I think she's on the wrong side of that. And that she thinks it's going to be helpful to her, but I really don't know that it is. The other thing is this is the Democratic Party, going back to the days of Bill Clinton, believed that abortion should be safe, legal, and rare. That was their framing. Well, when you're the party advocating third trimester and abortion on demand, you're no longer holding that position. And the people it is costing them in the African American community, the Hispanic community, and the Asian community by that extreme position on abortion are going to probably outnumber the people that they're picking up and motivating.